My name is Moshe Eisenberg. I came to Stony Brook on July 1st, 1974 to the Department of Pharmacological Sciences. I was then an assistant professor and one of the 4 faculty members that founded the Department of Pharmacological Sciences. Because of my background and knowledge in information technology, from the very beginning, since I came to this campus, I was quite embedded and involved in all aspects of information technology, and I focused those into developing a very good support infrastructure of information technology, first and foremost in the School of Medicine, but then extended also to the other schools in the health sciences. And the vast majority of my time became involved in applications of information technology in education, in research, and in general also to support the administration of the education. And that's what I mostly spend my time up until today. When I came to this institution, the founder of the health sciences, Dr. Pellegrino, had just left. And he left a legacy that was very, very important. And that was that he wanted to have a very energetic and high quality research faculty that would have both the responsibility of conducting biomedical research while at the same time teach their specialty to the students in the School of Medicine and School of Dentistry, Nursing, and other health sciences schools. The most attractive feature of Stony Brook University was its newness. It was quite a new health sciences center where the School of Medicine had just been founded and the Department of Pharmacology barely starting. And that gave a tremendous opportunity for me to join a team of people that would have much more influence on the future of research and the future of education. And that was very appealing to me. I've always been attracted to places where I can contribute in that vein. One important aspect of the evolution of this amount of information that needs to be delivered to the medical students, and they need to learn it before they can be practicing physicians or clinicians, is that information technology has provided new tools and new approaches on how to learn. What used to be basically handouts, textbooks, written material that had to be read and things like that, nowadays can be done much more efficiently and be delivered in better ways, more interrelated to each other. You can do some integration of the basic sciences such as physiology and pharmacology with the clinical sciences like the pathophysiology, which is now integrated in such a way that you can deliver it in a shorter time thanks to the evolution of information technology. Our students right now learn with the aid of iPads and other portable things, including smartphones, much more than going to books. Even though books are still used, they're used much, much less than they were before. So that's a very important way in which information technology has enabled medical students to capture their larger amount of information in a much more efficient way. Approximately in 2015, we realized that technology was evolving so fast and we were beginning to fall a little bit behind. And we were very fortunate that the then Vice President of the Health Sciences and also Dean of the School of Medicine was very interested in making a big improvement. And that's when he envisaged the building of 2 adjacent buildings. We are standing in one of them here, that would serve both education and research, and the research in particular would be of the applied research to clinical applications. I played a very big role in the component of the space that was allocated for education. And that space included this big auditorium, 305 seats, and it includes another gigantic room that can seat up to 180 students, and includes 12 rooms that are for small group sessions, and that all together are called the educational spaces of the School of Medicine. As a professor in the School of Medicine, where the main responsibility is to train our 4-year MD program students, I have been very involved in the pharmacological sciences component of the teaching. I've been the course director of the pharmacology course for 12 years during my tenure here. And that has changed significantly in the sense that the amount of information that students need to learn now as compared to the amount of information they needed to learn 50, 40, 35 years ago has increased to very likely more than double. Yet, we still have to cover that in the span of the 4-year program for the MD degree, which hasn't changed in length. So one of the things that has changed dramatically in the last couple of decades is integration of the 4-year medical student MD degree program with the residency program. Much of the burden of completing the education of clinicians and medical practitioners falls now into the residency programs. You have to look at a continuum of 8 years or 7 years to really deliver a very well-trained medical professional. One very common trend in institutions like ours is that there is actually quite a rotation of the principals, especially at the level of vice presidents, deans, provosts, and so forth. And so with that kind of continuous change and renewal of new ideas coming in and new leaders, that kind of dislocates some of the progress that could have been done unless one understands that actually that change is for the better. And in our institution, that change has always been for the better. I've been interim CIO of the medical center. I've been interim director of the health sciences library. And in fulfilling those roles, I became much more intimately knowledgeable about the finances, the administration of diverse groups within our institution. But considering my background in information technology, I took that and integrated into that background, and that's how for the past decade or more, I would say 2 decades, I've become really a very important liaison person, because on the one hand, I can understand well the realm of information technology and how it can help, and on the other hand, I understand what it is medicine, what is health science, and what is research, biomedical research in particular. So I'm a kind of a liaison. I'm a translator, if you wish. I can translate the needs of the faculty and students and into the ears of the information technologists. And then I can take the jargon of the geeks in information technology and translate it into the students and the faculty. And in that sense, I would say defines me in a more unique way, and that I would say is a better definition of my current role. I've had a very long career at Stony Brook. It's going to be 48 years in a couple of months that I've been here. And I am basically a very optimistic person, but I'm also very realistic. I'm very analytical. After all, I am a scientist. And I can say that my optimism is based on actually my experience here. I have a good reason why to be optimistic here. One of the good things that Stony Brook has done throughout the history of my tenure here is that they paid a lot of attention to build a very powerful and strong infrastructure. And I am very happy that I had a role in being part of how the health sciences schools, and particularly the School of Medicine, would participate in their share of that tremendous infrastructure.